general chemistry point of view, we think that crystalline compounds means they have perfect arrangement of atoms, ions or molecules. In true sense, do you know? It is impossible to have perfect arrangement. In case if we want perfect arrangement, then infinitesimally slowly cooling is necessary so that atoms, ions and molecules will arrange properly. Practically it is not possible. Thermodynamics also supports that. Gives free energy change will give us the clear cut idea about the formation of defects at our temperature, at room temperature. Certainly there remains a defects. So defects are natural phenomenon. So what it is? What are the different types of defects? Especially point defects we are discussing. In point defects, stoichiometric defects we are discussing. What are those defects? Let us see one by one. We divide the matter generally into three types: solid, liquid, and gas. Among those three, solid is a most perfect disciplinary arrangement, especially crystalline solids we consider. But in true sense, whichever solid we consider, but imperfection will be there, defect will be there. It is natural. Means nature wants defect in the perfectness. Nature wants defect in the solid. In this diagram, a saturated solution which can obtain the crystal, which further growing can obtain the large crystal is represented. The compactness will increase after the cooling. If we try to cool by infinitely slower rate, then more perfect crystal we can get, but not perfectly perfect crystal. And this natural phenomenon of occurrence of defect can be explained by thermodynamic equilibrium. And practical point of view, when we cool, then cooling rate remains relatively higher. So perfect crystal never is possible. That's a conclusion. Let us see how can we describe the various types of defects. Defects means imperfections in crystal may possible by two means. One, at startup means at atomic level, at smaller level, at point level. Those are called as point defects. And the point defects when remains in continuation, as per the dimension of continuation, we find extended effects. Point defect is a zero dimensional aspect. Dimension doesn't start because a line is any axis we consider as a single dimension. Two axes if we consider surface or lamina or plane, two dimensional, and volume is a three dimensional. Yes, dimension wise extension of point defect is nothing but the extended effect. Let us focus on the point defects. Those are divided in five types. First, vacancy type of defect means any of the atom or ion leaves the place. It doesn't remain at that place. It leaves the crystal also. That's a vacancy. Because of that gap, weight of the crystal will be less, volume remains the same. Mass of the crystal will be less, volume remains the same. Density will be less. Interstitially, there are voids are there, gaps are there. In that, any atom can be added, or ion can be added, or molecule can be added. That may be chemically same as like the crystal species, or may not be. So such defect is called interstitial defect. Because of this interstitial defect, density increases. Third defect is substitutional. We can replace one of the ion or one of the species by means of the other species, foreign species. So here it depends which kind of species we are going to add, and accordingly the consequences in the density will be there. Fourth defect in which we are more interested is a Schottky defect. In this, both cation and anion, means here in ionic compounds, leave the place, leave the crystal completely. There remains a gap, there remains a vacancy. And such kind of the defect where both cation and anion, a pair is leaving a place, is called as Schottky defect. Here there is a decrease in the density. Fifth type is a Frankel defect, in which smaller ion, generally cation, sometimes anion also, can change the place from its expected place, perfect place, and goes in the interstitial position. Because of that, there is no effect on density, but imperfection in the crystal occurs. That is Frankel defect. Now, whatever these defects are there, we should study the stoichiometric defect. Stoichiometry means where proportion of species should not change. Because of vacancy defect, proportion can be changeable. But in case of ionic, if it is a homogeneous compound, then proportion will not. Schottky defect or Frankel defect are the extended portion of this vacancy. Interstitial defect, where impurity or which kind of entity adds there. On the basis of that, we can say it's stoichiometric or non-stoichiometric. If there is no change in composition, then we can say stoichiometric. Otherwise, it will be not stoichiometric. In case of substitution, other foreign ion is coming, impurity is coming, so stoichiometric ratio, proportion will change. So it's a non-stoichiometric. In Schottky defect, cation and anion both are going. So formula is not going to change. Stoichiometry is not going to change. Therefore, it is stoichiometric point defect. In Frankel defect, cation or anion change the place. They do not remain at the original. So vacancy defect is there and interstitial defect is there. But formula is not going to change. Therefore, it is a stoichiometric defect. So perfect stoichiometric defects, perfect stoichiometric point defects, those we need to study. And who are those? Schottky and Frankel defect. It will be the more clear by this diagram. See here, six diagrams I have represented in order to explain all kinds of point defects. First one, vacancy defect. One of the vacant point you will observe there in the crystal. Because of that, neighboring arrangement get disturbed and imperfection in the crystal occurs. In case of covalent compound or monoatomic species or monomolecular species, stoichiometry will not change. But in case of ionic compounds, stoichiometry certainly will change. So perfectly I can't say it is what the always stoichiometric point. Second, in interstitial defect, in the gaps, one of the other ion, other atom, other molecule as an impurity enters. So it is not stoichiometric. But if I consider the ionic compound and only one ion is coming, then stoichiometry certainly will change. So perfectly I can't say it is stoichiometric defect. Combination of vacancy and interstitial defect can be a stoichiometric defect. I discussed that. See the third diagram. One of the atom is replaced by foreign atom, other atom, but that is smaller one. That's a small substitutional atom replacing position of regular atom. Due to which togetherness towards that atom is different and other way is different. Compactness towards that impurity is different, other way different. So certainly it is a non-stoichiometric defect because formulation, formula, composition will change. Fourth one, where in spite of the small impurity atom, now large impurity atom, neighboring compactness changes. So it is again non-stoichiometric point effect. Fifth one, where the atom has changed its original position and entered in one of the vacant side. See, by two arrows I represented both things. By one arrow I represented the vacant side and other arrow I represented where that atom or ion is going. It is of the same, whichever is missing, the same is going to enter in interstitial position. So because of that formulation will not change, the defect is going to occur. So it is one of the first stoichiometric defect, perfect stoichiometric point defect we are finding. Now last one where one cation and one anion is missing the place. Because of that arrangement will get disturbed, defect will be there. but composition will not change. Therefore, it is stoichiometric defect. So, student, the perfect two stoichiometric defect, Frankel defect and Schottky defect, we are going to study in detail. So, what exactly defect make a changes? So, in one diagram, I like to represent. By this diagram, it will be the more clear. In case of Schottky defect, both cation and anion are missing the crystal. In case of Frankel defect, cation leaves its place and goes in other place, goes in other interstitial place, intermediate place, or in the gaps of the crystal. In case of Schottky defect, blue colored cations, that's one of the blue color cation is missing. Red color anions, one of the red color anion is missing. So whatever the number of cations are missing, those mean number of anions will miss in the crystal. It is a representative missing of the cation and anion. In case of Frankel defect, blue color, that's a small cation is missing and it will go in the intermediate position in the gaps. Now question you will be with only cation can change the place? Only cation can occupy the intermediate position in case of Frankel defect? No. Any smaller ion can do. Sometimes anion also can do. Anion also show this Frankel defect. Because of these defects, the properties of the crystal changes. How to remember what happens in Scott? It is very clear. In case of one defect, both cation and anion leave the complete crystal. In case of the other defect, one of the ion change the position and go in the intermediate. So how to remember? This is Scott key. The pronunciation is related to short, short. So ions or atoms are short. When ions are short, means they are leaving the place. They are less, means leaving the place. So accordingly, you can remember Schottky. Other defect is what? Frankel defect. In case of Schottky defect, mass will change, mass will decrease, volume remains same. So density will decrease. But in case of Frankel defect, total mass of the crystal will remain same. Only position is changed. Volume also is same. So density will not get changed by means of Frankel defect. Okay, we are discussing those defects in detail. That is our main point. It is very interesting. Naturally, there should be defect for the stability. Interesting. And thermodynamics could explain that. Thermodynamics also says defects should be there, then there will be the more stability. We know about the Gibbs free energy equation delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Delta H is the enthalpy change. T is absolute temperature. Delta S is the entropy change. Because to occur the effect, if it is necessary, so it should not be the profitable business. But because of taking that heat, the defect will occur, and because of defect, order changes. Order get disorder. Disorder increases. Delta S increases. Entropy increases. See by graph you will understand. As you move from left to right, delta H increases, means heat absorbed increases. Accordingly, entropy increases. Delta S increases or T delta S increases or minus T delta S you can say decreases. So that delta G also we should decrease and then what increase. More negative the delta G value, more favorable the situation it is. But always there is equilibrium situation. See, at the beginning there is a decrease in delta G. Afterwards, up to the arrow there is a decrease. Afterwards, there is an increase in the value of delta G. So the minimum position of the curve of delta G is equilibrium position. That is the most suitable, most favorable situation for arrangement of the crystal. So it is a need of the arrangement. There should be the defect because where there is a minimum, you will find the defects are possible. Defects should be there. If defects are not there, then it's abnormal. Stability will not be there. And everywhere stability is a need. Stability has importance. So for that stability, this thermodynamic equilibrium should be attained. And that is possible by gain of heat, by gain of energy, and by increase in the entropy. But up to particular limit it is there. As temperature increases, the curve will what change. But for a particular temperature, what will be the minimum number of defects those are represented. And we work with solids at room temperature. So at room temperature, crystals are built naturally. As like, if I consider water in a beaker, we say water in the liquid form, but true sense, water is in equilibrium with the vapors. At room temperature also vaporization takes place. Not necessarily only at the boiling point vaporization takes place. So equilibrium between vapor and liquid, how we can understand. Likewise, equilibrium between the defect and the non-defect crystal, perfect crystal, that we need to understand. So it is a very important explanation thermodynamics can give to us. So you understood now why defects are going to occur. Total number of stoichiometric defects in a crystal we can find out by the formula. N is equal to capital N, that's a total number of sides, maybe cation or anion, into e raised to minus delta H upon 2 kT. Here delta H is the heat needed, energy needed to obtain the defect. And it is a need to have the thermodynamic equilibrium, energy will be absorbed. Because of that, what happens? Entropy increases. Therefore, defects are going to occur. But delta H enthalpy change for the process of occurring defect, K is a Boltzmann constant and T is the absolute temperature. For Frankel defect, different kind of delta is necessary. For Schottky defect, different kind of delta is necessary. So separately, we can find the number of defects of each category. Due to defects, vacancy gets created. And vacancy is a very unstable situation. In order to fill the vacancy, cation or anion can jump from its own place to the other place, causing vacancy at its own place. So this drama goes in continuation. Because of that, conductivity we could recognize for the crystals. And because of this conductance, we can use these solids as a solution, as an electrolyte in electrochemistry to prepare the dry cells, to prepare the various batteries. One of the important application we could find because of the defect. See here, how sodium ion can jump from its place to the vacant place. It can't go translatory. It has to go via the gap, sufficient gap, suitable gap, and that gap is at the center of the cube. So it has to jump and then has to come down to this second side. See how important this defect is. Because of this, the crystal can work as an electrolyte and we can prepare the solid state batteries, which are of long life and they are spill proof. We can prepare primary and secondary batteries. Even various sensors can be prepared by use of the defect concept. Electrochemical devices we can prepare, fuel cells we can prepare. I'm not saying only because of Frankel and Schottky defect, it is a combined influence of the all defects. Yes, this is our first fuel cell bus from India made by Tata company in 2017. For fuel cells, defects are quite important. In good old days, we were using such negatives for the photo development. In camera, such negatives vary. So whatever the mechanism of the development is there is based upon the crystal defect. As more crystal defect, more quality or good quality of the negative could be developed. So here also defect comes for our help in photography.
Now, one question as a homework for you. If I consider calcium chloride as a crystal, and if Schottky defect occurs in it, then both cation and anion should leave the crystal. If one cation is leaving the crystal, then how many anions should leave the crystal? Write your answer in the comment box.
Yes, after knowing these defects, the importance of defect, let us discuss one defect in detail, say Frankel defect, in next part.